everybody, today we're here to talk about the perception of our voices. When we think about how people perceive our voices, it's very different from what we think our voices sound like to ourselves. I tell this to everybody all the time, which is that the voice that you hear inside your head when you're speaking to yourself and also when you're speaking out loud to other people can't be heard by the people outside of our own heads. And you know that whole thing about us hating our voicemail and not liking to listen to ourselves when we're being recorded or even seeing ourselves on film. The thing is that everybody else in the world hears our voice in the way that we don't like it. The way that we hear our voicemail is how everybody else hears it. And I'm sure that the conversations that you have when you are talking about the feedback of what your recording was like or what your presentation was like doesn't really have to do with voice. But if you do talk about voice, just know that subjectively, somebody else is actually hearing your voice in a completely different way than how you hear it inside yourself. Now, the more important part is that is the perception for ourselves as the individuals who own this voice that we are using and sharing it to the world. When we hear other people's voices and we love somebody else's voice or we aspire to be like a speaker that we truly adore listening to, the voices they hear inside their own heads is exactly the same way that we hear our own. But we don't get that feedback because we can't be inside their heads when they're speaking. And that's such an important key point to note. Know that everybody has this voice. It's not just you. The majority of people think the same way that you do. But if we can shift that mindset, we can then listen to our voices in a way that is less judgmental and being a little bit kinder to ourselves. It can help us to shift with different exercises to move our voices in a way that it can improve our vocal confidence. We can improve the quality of our voices so that our messages land with the other person. So remember that the perception of our voices is inside us, and our negative self-talk that tells us that our voice is not good enough and all these different types of conversations you have with yourself are not so helpful to building your own vocal confidence or to owning your voice in a way that is truly and authentically yours to love. When you can truly make space to learn how to own your voice, to love your voice, and to use it in the way that you need to, it can be such a powerful thing. By having somebody around you who is less biased in making judgments about your voice when they are watching you is somebody that's really good to have around to ask for feedback all the time. But other than that, you can also join our Facebook community to ask for some feedback from the people in our community, because when you have like-minded people, it helps you to move forward faster in a way that is helpful to you, in a way where you feel supported by your community, in a way where you feel that you can show your vulnerability without feeling judged. Because it is so deeply intertwined with our identities, sometimes it's hard to let go, and sometimes it's really hard to let go of those emotions. But by having the right people around you, by telling you things in the right way, where they are not judging you, where they are not just being critical of you, but they are actually trying to show you that, the things that you are doing are actually quite all right here. But if you try to shift it this way just a little bit, that can help you boost your vocal confidence by so much that you will feel so great using your voices. And with taking these little baby steps, you start to grow on this journey of building your vocal confidence over time. And when you look back 3 months or 6 months down the road, wow, you've come a long way already. So remember that when we are thinking about the perceptions of our voices, they are perceptions. And take courage in knowing that your voice may not be what your perception actually is. And I look so forward to hearing your stories and experience of what your perception is and how you've moved past them. So tell us in the comments below, or you can share them also in our Facebook community here that I will link below in the comments as well. We look forward to seeing you again soon next week. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if this is content that you are interested in, and to hit that notification bell so you know when our next video uploads. All right, we'll see you then, and take care of yourself. Bye now.